I want to jump in now and start looking into doing some searches in eDiscovery cases. So here we are in portal.microsoft.com. I'm going to click the show all ellipse symbol and we're going to click on the compliance blade, and that is going to bring us into Microsoft Purview. All right. And then once this gets loaded up on the screen, we'll look over to the left here and we're going to see what's called content search. If we click on content search, this is where we can start doing just a regular content search. We don't have to be an eDiscovery manager or anything like that to do a content search. All right. But this, from there, we can just click new to do a search. We could give it a name, click next, and then choose the specific locations that we want to do a search. Now, I'm actually not going to finish this search off because I'm going to do the exact same thing through eDiscovery now, except in eDiscovery we're going to have more features. But this is pretty straightforward on doing content search, and I'm going to show you this exact same thing, but this time we'll do it through eDiscovery. All right, so we'll go back and we're going to go down to eDiscovery. All right, I'm going to go to standard here. I'm going to click to create a case, and then from there I can give it a name. All right, so let's say that I was doing a eDiscovery search on an issue where someone was talking about the company stock. Perhaps we've got some company drama going on right now, and our company stock is going up or going down, and there's some insider trading discussion going on, and we want to do a search on that. So I'll just say stock keyword search, and that's what we'll call this this case that I'm creating. All right, so I'll click save, and that's just going to create a little case for us. I'll go into that little case. All right, and currently the case is active. I'm going to click searches, and I'm going to click new search. And of course, this is the exact same thing as just doing a standard content search, but you didn't have to create a case through content search, whereas you do with eDiscovery. So then give this a name. I'm going to call it stock search. All right, we'll click next. From there, I would choose my location. So I have specific location. If I'm wanting to do maybe I'm wanting to search Exchange, SharePoint. Maybe I want to focus on Teams. All right, let's say I was focusing on Teams. There's two things regarding Teams here. So if I choose Exchange, mailboxes, and SharePoint, I was looking, perhaps the discussion that I'm looking for, I know it was happening on Teams, and that's sort of what I wanted to hone in on. So I would have to choose these two to get standard Teams communication through this Exchange mailbox option, because Teams is related with Microsoft 365 groups, and part of that sits on top of the Exchange infrastructure. So if you're wondering why Microsoft makes us select that, that's why. Okay, and then SharePoint has Teams related sites that are tied to SharePoint, so that's why I would have to select that. Okay, if I wanted to further narrow this down, I can choose specific users, groups, or teams specifically there. Okay, and then I've got SharePoint sites, same thing. I could go through and choose specific SharePoint sites that I want. All right, now if I wanted to put on hold, I would choose that option, but I'm not doing a hold right now. And then I've got add app content for on-premise users as well. Not really getting into that right now, but there is a learn more option where you can learn about tying this all to on-premise as well. But I'm going to click next, and then it asks the conditions. There's two different ways of going about doing this. The standard way is to do just a condition card builder, which kind of lets you choose a search keyword or whatever you want, or you can do KQL editor. That's the Kusto query language, and I'm not really getting into that right now, but that's a special query-based language you can learn, and you can put some pretty advanced types of searches in there if you learn that language. Okay, I'm just going to do a keyword search here. I'll just put the word stock in there. Okay, of course you can create a list of keywords if you want, but I'm just going to search that one keyword. Now I'm going to click next. Here's my search criteria, and then I'm going to go ahead and submit that. All right, and so at that point I've now queued up the search. Now keep in mind that when you do a search, it can take a very long time. If you're in a very large environment, this can take hours to 24 hours. It can take a whole day for this to actually go through. I'll also kind of warn you, you can test this out yourself You could go in, do some chat messages in Teams, or send an email that has the word stock or something in it. But in a trial tenant, if you're doing a free tenant, this can take a while before it'll ever actually show up. It can take up to 24 hours. A production environment happens a lot quicker, but in a trial subscription, not so much. Now, once this is done, I'll also be able to click it, and I can see search statistics, and I can see the information that I've gathered. Unfortunately, you got to wait on it to finish, though, before it'll actually be able to show you anything. But that's how you're going to be able to actually create an eDiscovery search using the Microsoft Purview.